Hello there, how are you? I am Faisal and today I am back with a new project. This project is even better than the first one. We are working on an API practice series and this is the second video in the series. If you haven't watched the first video, please go check that out too. I shared many useful things in that one as well. Now let me explain today's project. This project uses different free APIs and all the assets in it are also free. The main idea is simple. You will come to the page and write the name of an English song. Like, let me write one. Okay. And after hitting enter, an API workflow will run and you will get the following details like song name, artist name, the lyrics of the song, album title, and a 30-second preview, artist image, and cover image. So this is the main overview of the project. But as you know, we don't stop at basic things. I also tried to find out a way to get the full audio version of the song, but due to copyright issues, there is no there is no API which provide a full audio, but I found a smart way to handle it and take the project to the next level. Okay, so what is the next level of the project? So this is the next level of the project. This is the second version. Here are some improvement, a much better design, as you can see, some new features, and I use a different API here which gives us full song lyrics, other albums by the same artist. And one more thing, this is new API gives us only 100 free calls per month. So I added a limit. Now if any user make more than 3 searches, a message will show here. You can see here for now this message is showing as I am admin. That's why it is showing me 7 songs. But if there is any other user, they will have only 3 songs. And also when the songs when the this count come to 0, the message will be changed. You have reached your search element. To get more searches, feel free to contact me. Then he will came to my portfolio. Then we will talk what to do next. Okay, now let's test it. I will search a song. Let me search fire to the rain. Okay, so actually, we have no zero limits. Let me make it 10. Okay, now let's hide it and search it again. Uh, Come on. Okay, as you can see, name of the song, all the lyrics of the song, a full audio version of the song, and all the other um, musics of the same artist. When we click this one, the API call will run again, and now uh, easy on me all the lyrics of this song. So this was the project overview. Now let's start building this step by step. And I also mention one more feature. As in the previous version, we can only search the English audio songs, but here we can also search Indian songs and the other songs, as we are from Pakistan. And let me search a song of a Pakistani artist. Like there. Okay, let me check is it work or not. Okay, you can see the song, the lyrics of the song, artist name Rahat Fateh Ali Khan and the other songs of the same artist came here. As you can see, this is working properly. Now let's start building it. Let's start building this project step by step. So this is the design of the project, and for getting here is the input where we search the song name. Then here is the button. After clicking this button, all the API actions will run. And then there is a group. And for getting this kind of background, you just need to give it a background color and reduce its opacity to 20%. Then after this, we also add some padding here, and for getting the cover album cover, we are used it as an background image. We can also use the image element here, but the image element will not provide us the required view we want, so that's why I used it as an background image. So after using it, you can see here is the exact view we want. Then here is a simple text. Here is also simple text, but it is dynamic, and I will tell you where it is coming from. Simple text. This is the lyrics of the song, and this is the audio. For playing the audio version, I have installed a plugin audio player full, and you can install any plugin you are familiar with, which is easy to use for you. I use this plugin as this plugin provides some extra features. You can install any plugin you want. Then this is a simple text, but it is the duration of the song, and I am fetching this from our plugin. You can see here, and this is also a simple text, but it is the current time. It is also coming from the audio song or audio plugin. Then here is two icons. One is for pausing the audio, and second is for playing the audio. I put them in a group, and then make this group to align to parent, to put these two icons on top of each other. So after, when someone click on play, it will play the audio and show the pause icon, and when someone pause, it will pause the audio and show the play icon. This is how it works. Now here is a repeating group, and for showing the related audio albums of the similar artist. And here is the image of the album and the title of the album. Okay, now let's move to the plugin section, the API setup. So here is a different APIs I have used, but for now I only use the bottom three. The top one is not used for now, but I will tell you why I use this, why I don't use this. When I started this project, I used this API, but this API has some limitations. It only give us the uh, lyrics of the English songs, and some of the English songs are also not available. And this is the URL of the API. I will provide all the related assets in the description. You can get it you can get all of them from my description. So now we don't use this generate API. This API is basically used in the simple version of our app. So in the new version, I use the other APIs. Now let's move to the next API. And the next API is song details. So this API is basically using for getting all the song details of by song name. This is the URL, and I will provide it in the description. The only URL parameter we need song name, we will provide a song name, and this is the response of the song. Here is the like title of the song, a 30-second preview of the song, album cover image and artist image, and all of this stuff is coming from this API. And you also need to use as an action, and data type is JSON. Here is the parameter. And now let's move to the next API. Okay, so next API is get all songs of artist. This API is basically used for getting all the related albums we are showing on the bottom of the screen. You can see here. These all are coming from that API. And this API is also free. There is no limitations for this API, and this is the only URL parameter we need ID, and where from this ID is coming. Let me tell you, when we just call the previous API, in the response there is an let me see this. Okay, you can see in the response there is a ID. This is the ID of the song, but we need this artist ID, so that ID is coming from here. You just need to copy this ID and paste it to the paste it to this API, and it will return the result we need. So this is the response of the API we get. This contain uh, all the related art albums we need. Okay, now let's move to the next API call. One more thing, you need to use it as data, and data type as JSON. I will tell you that why we are using this as data, but all the others as an action. Now here is the last API, and this API is basically have some limitations, like limit of some limited calls per month, and this API provide us some details which is not coming from the free APIs. So that's why I use this API. And where from I get this API? I have used a platform, a Rapid API, and you need to come this platform and search it, Spotify Scraper. And okay, so this is now the API. Let me make it use a single P, scraper. Okay, now this is the API, the second one. You can see for now I this is showing me test endpoint, as I already subscribed their API. If you don't subscribe it, the button will be changed. You simply need to subscribe their plan. You need to select the subscribe, then the first plan is totally free, then get started. After getting started, you will navigate to the this window. Here you can see a lot of endpoints, and these endpoints using for different purposes. So I have used two or three of them. I can also use get all the data which I am getting from the other APIs. I can get all of data from here, but why I am not using it? As we know, there is a limit of calls per month, and if I get all of that data from here, it will also reduce our API calls per month. That's why I get all the other data from free API calls, and some necessary data which is not coming from free API calls. I use this API for getting that all of these stuff. There is different endpoints. First one is download track. This is for downloading the audio track, and the this is for getting the ID of the audio track, and this is the for lyrics of our audio track. So first we will use this track audio for getting the ID of the audio track, as other two endpoints required the audio parameter, and we will get it from a track ID by name. This API, this endpoint use the name of the audio track, and then you can get all the required data. Simply copy that code and come back here, import another call from um, CURL, paste it here and import it. All the things will be set up automatically here. You just need to rename this API call. And in the parameters, you can see the required parameter is name, the name of the audio. Come back and add a parameter here, a name, provide its value, uncheck this private. You can also check both of these things. Okay, now let me delete as I already set up this call. When you initialize this call, you will get this response, and it we only need the ID from this response, and the ID is this one, and this one is the ID of the audio track. So after getting this response, now we need to we need to set up the second call for downloading the audio track. So this is the audio downloading. Simply copy this code and paste it here, and then it will set up all the things we need. Then add add this parameter here. As you can see, there are three parameters. All the other two are optional. We the only required one is track, and we can use the track name and track ID. But I am preferring track ID as because track ID is unique. So we will go with the track ID. Now, after providing the track ID, you will initialize this call and you will get this response. This is the URL of the audio version. And now let's move to the next and last API setup. This is for downloading the track lyrics. This is also same as the other one, other two. Let's move to the and copy this code from here. In the parameters, you can see we need a track ID. Other two are optional, so that's why we don't use them. Only use the track ID. Provide it. They provide the track ID, and then uh, when we initialize this call, we will get the data we require. But you can see here the data type is JSON. But in this API call, we are using it as text. If we use it as JSON, we will get a response. So that's why we are using it as text, as the lyrics are coming in the format of text. So you also need to use it as text. Okay, and when you will use it as text, response will came here. All the lyrics will be written here. There is no button of manually enter API response. All the lyrics will be here. So this is the API setup. All the APIs we need to set up. Now let's move to the workflow section. uh, okay, before going to the workflow section, I need to tell you one more thing. We need to set up some custom states for showing the data on the screen. You can see here is all the custom states. It is basically all the data showing on the screen. I am showing all the data from custom states. You can see I add the artist image, artist name, and like all this stuff. And I provide some default values, and because when someone refresh page, there should be some data on the screen. So that's why I provide some default values. Okay, so this is the cover image, this is the ID of the artist, and why I provide this ID for getting the all the related artist name, album names, uh, and this is the artist image. This is the lyrics. This is the format in which lyrics came from that API, and here is the audio version, and here is song name, and this song playing state I actually hiding and showing these icons on the basis of custom state. So that's why I used these custom states named as song playing. Okay, so this is after this. Now let's move to the workflow section. All the workflow is basically dependent on this button, and you can see here are some conditions I have set up, and these conditions are just because we add some limits on our platform that a user can only search for three songs, and if he hit the limit, he there is a pop-up, there is a alert for them to saying that they hit their limit, they can't search any more song. So that's why there are some conditions, and you can see in the conditions. Let me go to database. You can see in the database, here is a remaining, here is a user. This remaining contain the remaining API calls, and this user will contain the users who search. As someone click this button, we save that user in our database. So after uh, we can filter the users who make the API calls. Now you can see the conditions we are using here. We are doing a search for user equal to current user, and remaining is greater than zero. And if the remaining is zero, then show the element, and I show the floating group I added on the screen, and also add a little animation. Now here is the first API call. This API call is getting the song details like the album, cover image, and the other stuff. So here is the second API call, and this is also using the name. And this API call is getting the ID of the track. As we know, all these two API calls need the API, need the ID of the track. So that's why first we get the ID, and then we will make this call, and on the basis of the ID of result of step 2, and then this will be also same on the basis of the ID. And here I set all the custom states. I set up all the data in the custom states, so we can show them on the screen. It is album image, and all the data is on the basis of their results. So here is the all the data. Okay, uh, now this is the other API call, not API call. This is the other custom state I set up, and by default it is known. That's why when someone searched any song, their audio playing is stops. Then I use a custom event trigger make changes, and let me go to the this custom event. Here are two actions in this custom event only for storing the data of the user who searched a song, and the other one is for make changes if the data of the user is already in the database. Here are some conditions, and on the basis of those conditions I am doing these actions. Okay, you can see here. Now if the change, if data is if user is already in the database, we don't need to add the data, we just process the remaining section. Okay, so this is all about the workflow section. And let me tell you one more thing about the lyrics. One one second. About, yes, about the lyrics part. So as I mentioned, lyrics are coming in a strange format. Like there is also time with the lyrics. So we use a regex pattern here for finding and replacing, and like showing the lyrics in the exact format we want. You need to select a regex pattern here, and I will provide this regex pattern in the video description. You can copy it from here, and in the replace by, you just need to add a line break. Uh, just click the enter, and a line break will be added, and you can see in the results every new line is starting from the next line. Okay, now let's move to the last part. This is the repeating group, and where from I'm getting this data. As I mentioned, we use this as an data. So uh, all of this data is coming from this API call, and I am showing that data on the screen in a form of a repeating group. So you need to select get data from an external API, and then select the API, and then the as we know, there is an ID required, and we store the ID in the custom state, so we use that ID here. Now in this repeating group, there is a parent group with a data type of API call, and there is the image of the album, and there is the cover image of the album. You can see here, yes, uh, and then here is the title of the audio audio song. Here is the title of the audio song, and you can also see when we click on this on this specific album, all the data is changed, and now this song will be played here. So there is also a workflow behind this, and this is basically same workflow I have added on the search button. The only thing is changed now. We add the workflow on this specific group. You can see, if I select the edit workflow, all the conditions and all the actions are same as in the first API call, as in the first button workflow. So here is all the similar stuff. You need to simply copy the workflow and paste it here. Then you can simply change the element on clicking on which clicking this is happening. And this icon also contains some workflows for animating the floating group and hiding the message. So this is all about the project, all about how it is set up. So I hope you like it, and if there is any question, you can you can comment it, or you here is in the description also profile link of my LinkedIn. You can came to my LinkedIn and message me. I will connect me. I will also answer your all questions there. Thanks for watching.